Hello and welcome to College to Consulting. Today we're going to go over one of my favorite topics, which is growth strategy. So, where does growth strategy even come into play during your framework? Well, let's pretend that we're going over a normal profitability case. So in this instance, we're going to look at market, the subcomponents of what this market or macro level view of a case looks like. So all this revenue. And with revenue, we want to look at revenue streams, profit margins, change in revenue year over year, and costs. Costs will be fixed costs, variable costs, change in costs year over year, and the rank of costs. So now we have our macro level view, which is market, and how this breaks down to a micro level view for the company, specifically revenue and costs. The third part in the profitability equation is revenue minus cost times volume. So, with volume, a lot of people just say a couple buzzwords in order to address volume. And they'll just say things such as, we can strengthen marketing, we can enter a new market, we can change prices, cross-sell, sell in bulk, and use capabilities-based strategy. That is not good enough. With growth strategy, what you want to do is you want to show how this would work, as well as give an example to support why your idea is a good idea. So I'm going to show you a couple ways to use examples in order to show how you can improve growth for a company. We're going to focus on this aspect today. Alright, so first, when you get a growth question, the key to it is clarification. This means you need to understand, what does growth mean? Growth can mean a lot of things. It can mean revenue, profitability, product line, going to a new geographic area. It can even mean a number of headcount of employees that you have. But for most profitability cases, growth really means revenue. Okay, so I'm going to show you some examples of how you can grow, and I'll give case examples to show why it would be a good idea in the format of talking to my interviewer. So one example how we can grow is we can strengthen marketing efforts. An example is Axe Body Spray. In 2006, Axe Body Spray launched, and sales were pretty dismal. What they did then was they got a new chief marketing officer, a CMO. This CMO said, I want to just make very controversial commercials. What he did was he made commercials that had young men spraying Axe Body Spray on themselves, and then women would flock to them and would knock down walls, run over beaches just to come and tackle these men. As a result, they didn't change the packaging or the formula or anything else for Axe Body Spray. But as a result, sales grew by 300% in the following year. So we can do something similar by targeting our marketing efforts to a specific group of people. Another area we can grow is by entering a new market. An example is IKEA. IKEA is a Swedish company, and they actually had a very tough time coming into the U.S. The reason why they had a tough time coming to the U.S. is because a lot of people, a lot of Americans, do not throw away furniture. Instead, they have the belief that furniture is handed down from generation to generation and is meant to last forever. So what IKEA did to break this barrier to enter a new market is they created a bunch of commercials, and they showed that it was okay to get rid of old furniture if new furniture was better and it was cheaper. As a result, now the U.S. went from having IKEA went from having 0 stores in the U.S. to having roughly 216 and 18,000 employees, and the U.S. ranks number 2 for IKEA in terms of the largest grossing country for their products. The first one is China. Something else we can do is we can play with our pricing strategy. Basically, elasticity. For those who aren't sure what elasticity is, it's the change in volume I receive by changing my prices. An example is Vizio TV. A normal 42-inch LCD TV by Samsung would cost you about $2,000. Vizio costs you $600. Now, why they do this, they also partner with Sam's Club and with Costco. Why they do this is because they rely on selling more volume than selling at a higher price point. If they can sell more volume at a lower price point but make more total revenue, then they're growing. An opposite example would be diamonds, or selling a very luxury car where the salesman only really needs to sell one in a month, but if they can sell that one, then they've kind of made it for the entire month. Another example is cross-selling. This is one of my favorites. Cross-selling is essentially showing a customer what else that they should buy. Perfect example is Amazon. When people go into Amazon, you usually see the part at the bottom that says you may be interested in this. That alone counts for about 30% of sales. A company that did a fantastic job of doing this before Amazon is basically a retailer in the UK called Tesco. Tesco segmented each of their customers and put them into mutually exclusive groups. Then what they did is they gave each customer 3 coupons. 1 coupon for something that they already buy, and 2 coupons for something they may be interested in buying. As a result, normal coupon redemption in the UK is only 1 and 2%. Tesco managed to gain 12 to 15%, meaning more engagement with their customers and more revenue. Another thing is selling in bulk. A perfect example of this is Costco. When you go to Costco, you might just only need a box of pens, but you walk out with 30 boxes because it's in bulk. So what they're doing is essentially, while you're paying less per unit item, you're spending more money in terms of absolute dollars. Another example is laundry. A lot of people will buy detergent, fabric softener, and static sheets in one package, while they could have bought each of those individually, maybe only bought one at a lower price point. Now they're buying 3 items in bulk and spending more money total. A last strategy to use is called capabilities-based strategy, or creating a new product line. And essentially, you're creating a new product line based off of existing capabilities. Nothing else is really needed. A perfect example is Lunchables. Oscar Mayer realized that they had a problem. Kids were not eating their lunches, which means that parents were buying less lunch meat. When they researched, they found out the reason why is because a sandwich and a slice of bologna and cheese and bread is just too big for a lot of kids. So all they did was they just made their products smaller. They made bologna smaller, cheese smaller, and instead of bread they used crackers. As a result, Lunchables is one of the top kid lunch items to buy from grocery stores from ages like 6 to 10. But the amazing thing about this is Oscar Mayer was able to do this without really creating anything new. They just used their existing product line, or their existing capabilities, to make a new product line. So, right now, you have 6 growth strategies that you can utilize for your cases. A lot of companies, when they ask for growth strategy, will ask you to, how can we grow? And already you know 6 go-to ways to answer this question. Companies like McKinsey will just ask for some rapid fire, but now you know how to do it, and you have examples to support it. I would encourage you to find your own examples of companies that you really, really enjoy researching and would love to emulate. That will really help bring out the story and the details that will follow. Okay, so that's our growth strategy. Tune in for some other case tips on other frameworks that you can utilize as well. All right, thank you. Bye.